Hello guys and welcome. So in this video I wanted to answer the question, what is Life is Strange? The video is aimed at people who know nothing about Life is Strange and have always been curious. Hopefully it will serve as a good starter guide for you. I'm also going to be covering the other Life is Strange games which have been released since then, and I'll be linking as many useful resources in the description box below, including to the official website, to the Wikipedia page, to different trailers and so on. So before we continue, a quick message from past Mithrie. Thank you for watching the video so far. Remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell to help with the YouTube algorithm. Now, back to the video. Okay, so Life is Strange is an episodic graphic adventure video game developed by DONTNOD Entertainment and was published by Square Enix for Windows, for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, iOS, and Android. The game was released in 5 episodes periodically throughout 2015. The game's plot focuses on Max Caulfield, an 18-year-old photography student who discovers that she has the ability to rewind time at any moment, leading her every choice to enact the butterfly effect. After having foreseen an approaching storm, Max must take on the responsibility to prevent it from destroying her town. The player's actions will adjust the narrative as it unfolds and reshape it once it is allowed to travel back in time. So basically, the choices you make affect the story. Simple as that. And if you're not happy with the choices you have made, or you make mistakes, you can rewind time and you can do it again based on the choices actually you want to get. Now, there's more to this game than that. There's a narrative between Max, who is the main character, Chloe, the blue-haired girl, and their past, and so on. And throughout the different episodes, you find out a lot about them. However, all I will say about this game is that it's something to be witnessed. Like, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to get a perfect run through. Just do what you feel is natural. Then, after Life is Strange came out, they released a second game called Life is Strange Before the Storm. So, Before the Storm is actually a prequel to the first Life is Strange game. So, it has the same characters, but Before the Storm features, like they said, way before the storm that was witnessed in the first game. The characters are much younger. You find out more of their backstory. This game was developed by Tech9, but it was still published by Square Enix. Now, I personally really enjoyed these games. I played them all. I finished all of them. The fact that the episodes are very generous at length. Like, they'll last you anything from 1 to 4 hours each, depending on how you do it. The music in the background, the music choices are fantastic, mostly third party, but they are very, very good, and they very much fit the narrative and the emotion of the story. Also, as well, like the sort of cel-shaded graphics, you don't really notice it after a while. After a while, you just pay attention to the story. So if you have any issues with cel-shaded, believe me, it's done very, very well in these games. And the game has won multiple awards going forward. Now, however, when it comes to a game like this, it's about the journey and the experience of the game. It's not about, amazing, unbelievable gameplay with like MLG 360 headshots. It's nothing like that. It's about the narrative. And I personally am very much into story-based games. And given that these games have been very successful, they then released another game, which is Life is Strange 2. Now, Life is Strange 2 is based in the same world. In fact, you even see a little bit of the remnant. It's in the future past Life is Strange 1, but it's based on different characters. And again, this game was published by Square Enix. Thank you to Square Enix for gifting me a copy of Season 2, and I absolutely love playing it. Now, and again, this one was made by DONTNOD, going back to the developer of the first game. So, the story of this game is, in a nutshell, is that you have these two brothers, and there's an altercation which leads to bad things happening pretty much near the very beginning of the game. You find it in episode 1. And then they end up on a journey together um, to escape what has happened. I'm not going to say more than that. You're going to have to just simply play it if you haven't played it already to find out what happens next. And you and the choices you make affect your little brother in the game. Like, you have to take care of him. The choices you make, your attitude, everything affects how he, the little brother, your sibling in the game, actually develops as a character. So, and the little brother also has supernatural powers, just like Max did in the first game. But again, I'm not going to go into it too far. So, what we're now going to do, guys, we're now going to visit the official website. We're going to see what's written on there about each of the games and take it from there. Okay, so this is the official website. So, which is lifeisstrange.squareenixgames.com. And let's read what they say. So, Life is Strange 1, the first game, it says, follow the story of Max Caulfield, a photographer senior who discovers that she can rewind time while saving her best friend, Chloe Price. The pair soon find themselves investigating the mysterious disappearance of fellow student Rachel Amber, uncovering a dark side to life in Arcadia Bay. Meanwhile, Max must quickly learn that changing the past can sometimes lead to a devastating future, which is what we were talking about before, the whole butterfly effect of these games. And then the next one, you had Before the Storm. So if we go to About the Game, so it says, Life is Strange Before the Storm features Chloe Price, a 16-year-old rebel who forms an unlikely friendship with Rachel Amber. So obviously, like I said, it's the events before Life is Strange. A beautiful and popular girl destined for success. When Rachel's world is turned upside down by a family secret, it takes their newfound alliance to give each other the strength to overcome their demons. Okay. And to be honest, like, these games can be very emotional. They're very, very sad in some parts. And some parts are fun, but some parts are very sad. In fact, this game was actually in my 10 most emotional game moments video, which I will also link in the description. Then they released randomly Captain Spirit. So Captain Spirit is actually a prequel or a teaser to Life is Strange 2. They released it way before, and they released it for free so that you could try it out and get the idea of this Captain Spirit before Life is Strange released. Okay, so let's now read what it says. It says, have you ever dreamt of being a superhero? Meet Chris, a creative and imaginative 9-year-old boy who escapes reality with fantastical adventures as his alter ego, the awesome Captain Spirit. Captain Spirit is a free demo set in the Life is Strange universe that contains links to the brand new story and characters of Life is Strange 2. Okay, and then last but not least, let's now look at Life is Strange 2. So there is a demo and so on, but let's click About the Game. So, the award-winning Life is Strange series continues with an all-new story from DONTNOD Entertainment. After a tragic incident, brothers Sean and Daniel Diaz run away from home. Fearing the police and dealing with Daniel's new telekinetic power, the boys flee to Mexico for safety. Suddenly, 16-year-old Sean is responsible for Daniel's safety, shelter, and teaching him right from wrong. As Sean, your choices shape the fates of the Diaz brothers and the lives of everyone they meet. The road to Mexico is long and filled with danger. This is the trip that could bond Sean and Daniel forever or tear their brotherhood apart. So there are multiple endings to pretty much all the games. So, and it is 100% based on the choices you made throughout your journey. Some things that will just simply happen and you just have to witness it, but other things are completely a choice. So you really, really have to go for, like, try and go for the ending that you would like to get, but don't be too stressed about it. You could always replay and try a different option. So, for example, you can say, okay, this first time I selected this option, this time I'm going to select this option instead and see what happens. And the big choices you make in the game are really, really obviously defined. Like the screen will be split in half, and you will then highlight which half of the screen you want to go to. So it's very, very much, it's obvious when the choices are being made. It's not just choices of random actions throughout the game or anything like that. They're really, really in your face. So don't worry about missing choices. Okay, so now there are also collectibles in the game and other trophies. So if you do want to find other things as well, then you can fully explore the levels that you're given, find little trinkets, little mementos that you can get throughout your journey, but that is 100% optional. That's down to if you're a trophy collector like myself. So, the Life is Strange series, I would highly recommend it. They are very emotional journeys, and that's why, for example, when they are nominated for awards, they end up in the games beyond gaming categories or the story categories or games like that. It's about the story and the journey of the game. It's not about the gameplay necessarily. So, and you'll get potentially countless hours of entertainment out of it because, like I said, each episode will probably take you anything from 1 to 4 hours each to do, and there's multiple ways you can go through it, different choices you can make. So, like I said, I can't recommend this series enough. I have really enjoyed it, and I've been meaning to make this what is a video about the series for a very long time. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can watch a random video over there. You can watch the latest upload down there, or you can click down here to subscribe. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.